Alright, this is John Cullo with GrowingYourGreens.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. We're going to give you the update of what is growing here on my Puerto Rico farm. You're just going to see the small property because I'm not even going to go down to the large property. That's just mostly a forest. I planted a kwai muck today. It's like an autocarpus related to jackfruit in the forest area, and I already got some jackfruits planted over there. And the other area that you saw in the last episode, the coconuts are doing well. I planted down the street. I cleared that and even put in more Bele down that street, which hopefully I'll put some kind of like lodging at the bottom. Nonetheless, this is the main home site that I heard we just got the permits approved. So now we can start building once I find a contractor. So we're going to take you guys inside. And in this episode, what I'm going to show you guys is simply this. I'm going to show you guys the crops you can grow with zero irrigation, right? Both my other properties have irrigation that come on regularly, right? So for me, how I do it is I come literally like once every 5-6 months, I plant it out and then I literally leave. No irrigation, no nothing. It rains. We have a dry season, we have a wet season. Rains most days in the wet season. In the dry season, it might rain here and there a little bit, depends. And so all these plants need to be fending for themselves. And this is what you're going to see in this episode, all the plants that do really well. So, you know, if you have a climate zone like Puerto Rico where it rains like almost all year, even just a little bit, you can keep these plants alive. And so I'm farming a lot differently here than in my other residential properties where it's have easy access to water because there's no water hookup currently, although I will be getting it in the future. All right, come on inside and let's check it out. All right, so this is the first crop I want to show you guys. This is known as pigeon pea. It's doing amazingly well, and the cool thing about the pigeon pea is that I simply didn't even plant this. I came back one trip and there were 2 pigeon pea trees planted. I don't know if birds, you know, drop the pigeon peas, but these pigeon peas, you could just open these little pods up, and you basically just have these little beans to eat. So all these dried pods, you know, we could harvest them and just cook them up for dinner, or you could just take these little seeds and throw them down and more pigeon pea plants will start producing. It went through one flush. You can see they've dried up. I probably should have harvested these. I did the lazy man harvest. I did basically cut a branch off and then I threw the whole branch where I want them to come up in the future. And of course it's also going to flower and sitting on new pods currently. So it looks like it's basically like a ever bearing. So it like finishes one set, it's just going to keep growing and making more of the peas or beans to eat. Another crop that's doing really well that I bought the property with is my mango tree. We believe this is a Palmer mango. You guys could see we got like, you know, some fruits that just shriveled up and didn't do so well. But if you look up here, you can see we have some really nice fruits. And I'm going to go ahead and try to harvest one for you guys on the camera. Let's go ahead and harvest this mango today. Look how big it is. It's huge, not coming off easy. Oh, it did come off pretty easy actually. Fell in my hand. This thing's almost the size of my head. This is me, one of the first. Oh, it's a little bit soft too. Ready to go. One of the first. Whoa. I love the smell of mango. Like you could smell the little tip. And it smells like what the mango is going to taste like. I can't wait to eat this. Maybe even later today. All right, next crop that's doing great. No irrigation. This is a established Mamey Americana tree, or American Mamey right here. They're kind of like more like eating like an apricot, like a tropical apricot, because you eat them when they're still crunchy. So I haven't had too many off this tree, but I've had other ones that are pretty good. And let's see if we could go down here and see what else I got planted. All right, another crop as I'm going down this fence line is this guy. Where are they? It's these leaves right here, and what these are the basically wild cucumbers. They're little small little cucumbers. This is more on the ripe side. They get a little bit sweet, and then if you just want it for like salads, they're like this. This is like wild cucumbers, guys. I don't even plant these. You just like kind of like wrap along, well, many of my plants, fence lines. They're nice and crunchy. Tastes just like cucumbers. I love them so much, and I didn't even have to plant them. It's easy growing food here in the tropics. You just got to grow the right stuff. All right, next up, another crop that does well. I planted this probably like 5 months ago, and you can see it's just really doing well, like no irrigation. This is my Bele, and all the leaves are edible like salad. The cool thing about this Bele, I've never seen this happen because I've grown this in Las Vegas as an annual, Here it grows year-round, but here it actually went to flower and set seed. So this is the seed pod. Normally you need to get the Bele from like a little, from a cutting or from a start. You can't, I didn't know it went to seed, but I guess here in Puerto Rico this is going to seed. It's not very common, but you can check it out, guys. These are Bele seeds. Oh, and spiders in there. Oh, and I'm dropping them. Yeah, guys, so you can see I got some Bele seeds that kind of look like okra seeds. After all, this is in like the same family of plants. One of my favorites to grow, this is like the tropical lettuce is what I call it. Want to learn more about the Bele? Check the link down below. I have a whole episode on the Bele, how I grow this. It's a nice summer vegetable, too, for growing in the desert heat as well, but loves the tropics even more. Of course, another crop that's doing great, no irrigation, are my bananas. I have so many banana plants, it's kind of insane, and they keep pushing out new ones, and I have so many racks of bananas that I'm not even here to harvest. So it's I'm happy my friend lives next door, could get them. And then actually here's some plants I'm planting this trip. This is Katuk, should do fine without any irrigation as well. This is a large leaf Bele. This is the common Bele that most people have. I have the you know, different kind of leaf. This one's super rare. It did really good in Las Vegas in the heat. It came back. This is Hoan Ngoc. It's like an Asian vegetable. You could just eat the leaves. And then, oh, this one's a super special. This is Leren. So this is a Taíno crop that's like a forgotten crop. So this makes like potato-like tubers that like stay hard even after cooking, like crunchy. So it tastes like, I forget what it is, but it tastes like between corn and like a potato or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna be planting that this trip. Needs to get in the ground ASAP. So I'm so glad I was able to source that crop. Let's go ahead and continue the tour along. So here's another plant that I planted. This one definitely has been having some challenges because all these creeping weeds creep up, but this is the miracle berry fruit tree or bush that's growing very slow, but that's stayed alive. I think it's been in the ground about a year now. So that's cool, really slow grower. And then of course up next here we got probably one of the best growing crops is the lemongrass. Doing super good, no irrigation. We got more of the Bele, and then down here if we look very carefully, somewhere, oh right here, we have the longevity spinach growing right here. Not doing the best though, and I got a banana that I need to chop down. And I think what we're going to do next is we're going to head down to the other side. All right, guys, so this is the area behind my house. This is like the usable farming area that's really nice. I need to get in there and clear it out and do a bunch of stuff. But basically, back here we have lots of like taro. You can see the nice large leaves down there. We also have some bananas there. This is actually a papaya right here. And I want to take you guys down there to show you guys a crop that's like literally growing by itself and doing really well. All right, guys, check it out. I didn't even plant these. This is a whole like, I don't know, pumpkin vine. Here's like one big one here. Here's another big one here. Look at this. It's easy to grow in Puerto Rico, man. I seriously did not even plant these. They must have been farmed here before, and they just grow on their own. Once again, zero irrigation. Here's another one here. This is a lot smaller one. I think when they're smaller, you could eat them like zucchinis, and when they're larger, maybe let them grow into a pumpkin. And if you look, there's even one growing up on the fence right here. Yeah, so rich in pumpkins or some kind of zucchini squash. I think it's some kind of pumpkin, like Puerto Rican pumpkin thing. But yeah, you can see I got all these vines down here, and I'm sure there's just tons of them hiding amongst all these vines. And of course, all behind there is all the taro, and then beyond that, we actually have sugarcane. So, you know, here's the thing, all these crops grow easily when you have a good soil, and you have, of course, the right weather that rains enough to, you know, allow these more tropical, I would say, you know, native to this climate easily. All right, guys, so I'm standing right here, and it literally, if I stand here long enough, it's gonna be raining avocados, because we look down to the ground, you can see I got avocados here, avocados here, avocados here, avocados here, avocados here. Basically, don't stand there too long. You're probably gonna get hit by an avocado. That being said, these are premature drops because on this trip I've basically been trying to take some of these, let them ripen them up a little bit and try to eat them. Not quite good enough yet, but these are some of the giant like avocados. I don't know what variety they are. Maybe you can see them up there. Alright guys, so along this road I basically planted both sides, and here's the thing. Every time I come to the property, like this whole road is taken over by weeds. So the first couple days always is just me string trimming all this to get the weeds down, and then get the weeds off my purposely planted plants. And even though they're covered in weeds, they're still doing great. So let's check them out. I'm planting lots of the Bele, guys, and as you guys can see, it's just doing wonderfully. And one of my tricks is I basically put a white PVC stake, and I write what's planted and the date. This helps me to know when I am string trimming not to hit my plants that I planted, otherwise you won't be able to see it when everything is just growing all around it. Another thing I planted over here was the coconuts. Once again, these were planted about 6 months ago. Doing pretty good. And then over here we planted some more cool stuff. And once again, this is all no irrigation. Whatever rains on it, I planted 6 months ago and I leave. This is 6 months ago planted macadamia nut. So that's going to be huge. Macadamia nuts are one of my favorite nuts for sure. You can see here behind me, I planted actually the sugarcane right here because I found it in the field over there, and then I brought it up kind of closer to the walkway, put a stake on it. We got some sugarcane, more of the Bele. This I planted like a year ago now. This is the ice cream bean tree. And then next up over here, this one hasn't been doing too good. This is the Yucca. This makes the tropical carob or stinky toe fruit. Once again, this is sugarcane. This is how it looks if you don't like uncover it from all the weeds and the vines. Because I didn't uncover these guys, I was too lazy. I uncovered this guy though. But then if you look in the field over there, you can see basically all those grasses that are super tall, all those are like sugarcane also coming up. So I mean, I could literally, in about a year, or maybe 9 months, I'll be able to harvest this cane and make some cane juice. So maybe next trip I'll bring my cane juicer down. And then in the walkway here, this is above, that's where we have the Americana Mamey. They drop and roll down the hill and they sprout right here. So I got some Mamey Americana that I'll probably end up digging up in a little bit and put them in pots to trade or sell. But yeah, I didn't want to get them cut down because the tree worked hard to make them. And then this tree has done the best. This is my Moringa. This was planted about a year ago. And check it out how tall it is now. I probably need to just chop it so it actually sprouts up because it's so tall I can't even harvest it. My other Moringa is actually already putting on the beans. But yeah, this guy is super tall. And then over here I planted another fruit tree, but I don't remember what it was. Hey, maybe one of you guys can identify it. You tropical fruit experts out there. And over here we got Cassava or Yucca. You can't eat the leaves if you properly leach them out, like soak them in water and then boil them to get out the toxins. And of course here we have a giant breadfruit tree that was existing on the property. This breadfruit tree loves the weather here. All right guys, another crop that's doing great on my property here is the tropical almond. You guys can see all the tropical almonds right here. So yeah, just saw that today, just now. All right guys, the last crop I'm gonna show you guys today is actually known as tropical spinach. Grows on a tree, however you do need to cook it. It can kill you if you eat it raw. So I usually steam it. I also grow this in Vegas as an annual crop, but here it grows year round. It is really loving the rain and the weather this time of year. In like November, December, it really wasn't looking too good, but right now it's just really looking beautiful. I always harvest the young tender leaves right here in the middle, and you can see it's also going to the flower right here. But yeah, this is known as the tree spinach, one of my favorite crops here in Puerto Rico. So yeah, my property is all behind me. It slopes down into that little valley with all the Taro right behind. It's an amazing place, and I look forward to giving you guys future updates. So if you guys want more updates in the future, please be sure to do a big thumbs up. Also be sure to share this video with other people that want to learn the best crops to grow without any irrigation in the tropics. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss my new and upcoming episodes I've coming in 5 to 7 days. You never know what you'll be learning on my YouTube channel or where I'll show up. Make sure you click the little bell so you get notified as many videos come out. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. Past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 1,700 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys all about how to grow your own food at home. I'll put links down below to my other videos that I made here at my tropical farm in Puerto Rico so you can see the progress over time. So with that, my name is John Kohler with GrowingYourGreens.com. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, keep on growing.